Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So today will be the final video for this week anyway for the hashtag Garden Tour Club. And I have been made aware that I've been doing all of these wrong because I didn't have the proper intro with explaining the collaboration and the rules and the timing and all of that. I didn't realize anyway, and now I can't remember. Okay. But I would like to recommend everyone go over to Gail's Southern Living because she has a full video with all the not really well, it's kind of a contest because there's prizes. There are prizes. Okay, there are prizes each month. There's going to be a winner. I think that's the best I can do because I'm terrible at everything. I'm terrible, terrible. Anyway, so I'm real excited about this final tour. This is of the circle bed. The circle bed is where I grow most of my flowers. Usually not vegetables, but I snuck in a tomato this year. Got a little tomato in there. But mostly it's flowers and maybe some herbs or something. Okay. There's quite a lot going on in there. I've packed it, jam-packed it full of things over the years. I have, and there's more I want to add to it. I think it can handle it. We'll see. All right, here we go. It's right here behind me. Right here behind me. The circle bed. Okay, aptly named because it is a circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you around once. We're going to do a once around, okay, so you can get kind of an idea. There's my arm, because I couldn't keep my arm out of there. So here it is. This, and let me watch where I'm going. This is a circle bed here. Okay, it's a circle and a flower bed. Circle and a flower bed. Okay, lots of stuff going on, lots of stuff going on. So, I know, let me show you. Alright, so this is as good a place to start as any. Down here we have some echinacea that I grew from seed last year, and it's a lot bigger this year. It came back a lot bigger and robust, and you're going to see that repeated throughout the bed. It's a lot bigger this year. This carpet mass is a chrysanthemum. It's a white chrysanthemum that I bought in the little pot, little rounded mound, as you do in the fall, and I think this one's called Bridal White, I think, or White Wedding, not sure. It's a white one, and it has been spreading. There's more of it over there. I bought two little, like, 8-inch pots. Anyway, this yellow rose here is called Gilded Sun, and I'm dealing with some black spot issues. It's been very warm and very wet. And there's a rose, Gilded Sun. I also have some critters eating my roses. Yeah, they eat them right up. There's some milkweed that came back from seed. From the root, excuse me. Milkweed that came back from the root. These are garlic chives. Everywhere, garlic chives. And this white rose, it's a white Meadlin rose. I'd never heard of it before I bought it. Now these blooms are getting a little old, but it's a beautiful white rose. It is akin to a knockout, as in it's supposed to be bulletproof. Put it anywhere and it will live and it will bloom over and over and over. But I've got it climbing up my little windmill, cute little windmill, and my solar butterfly there. So my little centerpiece. I kind of wanted a fountain, but we went with a windmill, much cheaper option, as we were gifted this windmill by Uncle Woody. Here is my tomato in this bed. This is Big Rainbow. And I have this 11-foot pole because it is an indeterminate tomato. So that pole should accommodate, shouldn't be a problem. My Cape Daisy Zulu Prince that I grew from seed. So I've got some seedlings that I planted up last weekend. And some that are opening. That'll be open later. I've noticed they tend to open and close with the sun. I didn't know they did that, so that's kind of cool. I have a variegated lantana here called, I think it's called Savannah or Samantha, and it's coming back from the roots. That around here, our lantana are kind of perennial. They'll die back in the winter and then come back in the spring from the roots. So, moving on down. I have a ground cover here. This is an ajuga, a bugleweed, called Mahogany. Isn't that gorgeous? I put one little transplant there last year, one little plug that I rooted, and it has since spread a good maybe 18 inches by a foot. Yeah, it's spreading nice. What I wanted to do is make a ground cover in here so I wouldn't have to weed as much. And so it's really starting to take off. It's all the way over here. So that is my mahogany ajuga. Oh, and it'll get purple flower spikes here in a few weeks. This next rose here is called, oh, it's not Inferno. Is it not Inferno? Eternal Flame. Thank you. Eternal Flame. And it's a very large bloom when it opens. Don't mind this one. That's not a good representation because it is pest riddled with something. And it is highly fragrant. Scented very nicely. Also has some black spot that I've been treating. And then more milkweed came back from the roots. Here we have another echinacea that came back from last year. This spiky looking stuff here, this is actually some whirling butterflies. This is Gara. And since the main stalk is down here, and I kind of topped it off because the top part died, so it's really coming back from the roots basically. What I want to do is take all these spikes, cut them back down closer to the base, and then root the cuttings. Gara is beautiful, beautiful, dances in the wind so beautifully, hence the name Whirling Butterflies. But this is a hot mess, and it's getting a bit large for this area, and I need to tame it. And also I want to spread it around, spread it around. I see a lot of these fuzzy caterpillars last few days. It is a fuzzy caterpillar eat all your stuff season, along with army worms. Army worms are coming soon. I've already seen one or two. They're coming. One of my echinaceas from last year that's already trying to bloom. it's its first attempt this season. It's kind of a fail, but it's trying. It's trying. Echinacea. This one is my tallest and most robust echinacea from last year that I grew from seed that is coming back. Look at those gorgeous long stems. Gorgeous long stems. Beautiful. Great job, ma'am. And then I have some Gerber daisies. How beautiful are those? Those come up different colors. Every flush is something different. Anything from yellow to hot pink to like a brick red to white. It's quite strange and amazing. The white is my favorite. When I bought these Gerber daisies, I bought them at Walmart, and I only picked the containers that had white ones because I thought, oh, white Gerber daisies are beautiful. And to my surprise, after those flowers faded, the next flush was like red or hot pink, and I'm like, ooh, that is not what I wanted. But here we are. Yellow. And then this one right now is red. It'll change. It'll change. I have my Blue Better Salvia Farinaceae that is all over the garden. Okay? It just self-seeds, and it just comes back year after year after year. Pretty bluish green foliage. Oh, skipped right over my Hypertufa. Hello. These are my Hypertufa pots that a friend gifted me. I need to clean this out because what I want to do is put some succulents in the Hypertufa, and then I need to clean out that big plate bowl thing because I fill it with water for the, wildlife. It's a wildlife bowl, and it's sitting on top of a upturned little, vase pot that doesn't have a drainage hole, but it makes a good base for it looks like a bird bath. Yeah, I made a bird bath basically. And then this other little bird bath thing I got at Hobby Lobby for like $6, but it's rusting. I know that's unfortunate. I put some pebbles in there, for the bees and things so they wouldn't drown, and another little dish for water, a little shell, but it's rusting. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Another echinacea from seed, that larger leaf there. Now the chartreuse leaves, I was hoping was a poppy that I had gotten from a YouTube friend, and it is not. When the flower heads came, I was like, oh, that's that Miss Flower, and whatever. It's a, it's a hardy ageratum, and it just seeded itself everywhere. Look at all that chartreuse. That's hardy ageratum. So I'll be digging some of that up and moving it elsewhere. But pollinators love it, and it is a native, so there's that. Down here, beautiful rose that gets chronic black spot all the time. I don't know why I keep it. Probably because it's really tiny and fragrant and beautiful. The rose, not the plant. The plant is always riddled with rust or black spot or whatever that is. Awful. And then I have some more Cape daisies. This one died. I need to take that stick out. That's my Cape daisy Zulu Prince. Another Zulu Prince. Some self-seeded zinnias. I have an agave right there. I don't know why I put that there. It's going to get big and way inappropriate for that space. That's fine. Over here, I have a pretty blue salvia that's actually a true blue. Like, that's not purple. That's, or violet, or lavender. This is a true blue. Blue. I don't remember the name of it. But it's spreading. It's spreading. Beautiful blue salvia. Oh, speaking of blue, there's my Zulu Prince one that's almost open. Isn't that pretty? It's got a little bit of blue in the center there. Beautiful Zulu Prince. And then I have a hosta. A hosta that I put here last year. I gotta find the name. Hold on. Paradigm hosta. The coloring, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. I know. I love it. More of those chrysanthemums there. White mums. That'll be really pretty when that's in bloom. And then this little plant stand here. Rusty old plant stand. So in this little pot here, I have a chocolate mint. Hey! I have a chocolate mint cutting that I got from Nina and Boyce, and it's just winding around this pot. It really wants to touch the ground and take off. It really wants to. I might let it. I'm not sure. Mint's going to go crazy and take over. This next pot here has some herbs. Let's see, I do have my lavender, my Munstead lavender, but then I planted out one of my herbs from the WIG 2023, and I can't see the tag. Hold on. Winter Savory. We have Winter Savory, so it's doing all right. Checking. Oh, and I also wanted to mention down here below, I have some Golden Edge Duranta. That's that yellow leaf right there. And the stalk from last year grew up into the base of this stand, and it's actually holding it up because this base only has 2 legs left. The others rusted and broke off. That dead piece of wood from last year is holding it up, so that is genius. Thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you so much. Coming on around, I have a beautiful hybrid tea rose here. This one is not that. We're going to get to that in a minute. This right here is called St. Patrick. So it's a yellow rose that gets kind of a green hue to it. It's very pretty. It also is having some black spot, and it also has something eating and pooping on it. Next, another lovely echinacea coming back from last year, trying to make its first attempt at flowers. The first attempts usually fail. They fail. That's okay. It'll get better. Oh, and I planted a rosemary right there. Got that from my friend Elizabeth. Brought me a rosemary plant. Here in this basket, I have some Munstead lavender and some creeping thyme that I grew from seed. Down low, I've got some dark blue plumbago coming back from the roots. That's the smaller leaf. This bigger leaf is chrysanthemum. But that smaller leaf is going to be some dark blue plumbago. That's going to be a nice pop right there. Next, I have a yellow rose that I do not know the name of. It's a pretty little rose. There it is. Lovely. Several blooms coming. I don't have the tag for this one anymore. But it is getting quite tall. That's over 5 feet tall right now. So there's that. Oh, and I did plant another feverfew there, and I've got another Cape daisy. I popped in Cape daisies everywhere. All right, so now for the star my circle bed. So fragrant. And I hate that there's so much junk behind it. I'm working on that anyway. Working on it. This rose is my Comte de Chambord, and that bloom is old. But oh my gosh, the fragrance. If you've ever smelled Gertrude Jekyll, I believe Comte de Chambord is a parent of Gertrude Jekyll, the David Austin rose. The smell is so intense, so intense. It's perfuming the whole area. And I had some blooms. I think you saw one in the first video. And then these two have since passed. And then there's another one. This one usually completely defoliates a couple times a year with rust or black spot or something. But right now it's doing very well. I think I may go ahead and do some copper fungicide. I know not everyone will use the copper fungicide in an organic, mostly organic garden. But I find in humid southeast Gulf Coast Texas. So in humid southeast Gulf Coast Texas, where I am, near Houston, about 50 miles, give or take. It's swelteringly swampy here. And roses who are prone to black spot will get it. They just will. But we do our best. And we do use a little copper fungicide. It helps. All right, well, that's my circle bed. And that is the end of the garden tours. Now you're all caught up so that as the season goes along, we'll be able to look back on these videos and see where it started. Okay, this is where it started right here for 2024. Real excited about it. I also need to mention I'm in Zone 9A. That's where I am. It is, it's the day of the eclipse. Okay, it's April 8th. And the garden is going cray-cray. Some of you guys still have snow and ice. I'm real sorry about it. I'm glad it's not me. Although when summer gets here and it's 108 with 2,000% humidity, okay, you're going to be glad you're not me. So, it's a give and take. All right, guys. Well, it's a very quiet Monday morning. I am off work. I took off work for the eclipse, and we are covered in clouds, and will be all day, so I'm not going to see a damn thing. It's fine. It's fine. And I don't know why this microphone makes me want to whisper and talk all formal. I love it. I love it. You may see the microphone more often. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thanks, Gail, for this collaboration. #Garden Club Tour. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.